Good evening and welcome to The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. First of all, I just want to thank you all for joining me on this journey together. I look forward to the next 12 weeks and hearing your input and seeing all the growth that happens among us. We have a group of 22 people, which I think is amazing. So we have a lot of different perspectives and a lot of creative energy that can be added to the whole process. Now, if you haven't gotten your book already, don't worry about it. This is about being kind to ourselves, being kind to others, and not being perfect. So I just got my book today because I had given away my last copy. I always end up giving away my copies. So I know enough about the book that I know the basic principles and the basic tools. And I want to start by just talking about the tools this evening. Before I do that, I want to make sure that I encourage you to read the introduction. I tend to be an introduction skipper, but I found this one to be a useful one. You don't have to read the 10th anniversary, but the basic introduction. Then read the basic principles, and then the basic tools. So the basic tools are two items: the morning pages and the artist's date. Now, when I was single back in my 20s, I had an apartment by myself, and I had only two basic tools. I had a screwdriver, and I had a hammer. And those two tools got me through living on my own for anything I really needed it for. Yeah, I'm not a carpenter, so I wasn't going to do anything as far as that goes, but if I needed a nail to be hammered into the wall, I could do it. If I needed to unscrew something or put a screw into something, I could do it. Those were basic tools, but you need those to get through life, to build on things. It's a good foundation. So the basic tools for the artist's way, again, are the morning pages and the artist's date. Now, the morning pages are 3 pages of writing. And before you balk at that too much, it's not about being a writer. It's really about clearing the clutter that builds up in our heads that keeps us stuck. So when you write it and you put it on the page, it kind of gets rid of it. It clears it out. And it can actually help you move forward. And you can write anything you want to. There are times I run out of things. You'll run out of things to say. And you can just write blah, 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 blah. I can't think of anything. I can't stand the morning pages. But keep writing until something comes in, because something will eventually come in that's probably pretty important for you to write about. But again, it can be anything. I also found that I could not do it in the morning. I was already getting up earlier than I wanted to because I'm not a morning person. So I did the morning pages at night, which I figured that cleared my head out and I was ready for the next day anyway. I got a lot out of the book, so make your own choice, but don't get locked into things having to be a certain way. Again, she even states there's no exact perfect way to do it, no wrong way to do it, just do it. That's the bottom line. And then the second tool is the artist's date, which can be a lot of fun, but if you're not used to going off on your own, and these are meant to be done alone, then it can be uncomfortable. And that's okay. It's all right to be uncomfortable. You will be uncomfortable in the book, but there's also a lot of things, a lot of fun. It's really about starting to live your life more fully. It's not about being an artist. A lot of us have not done things for ourselves over the years, so we need to get used to doing some of those things again. And that's what the book will help you to do, to sort of unstick yourself. So with the artist's date, it can be anything. One of the early things I did when my kids were little, so I hadn't been taking care of myself, I took baths. I took candlelit baths in the middle of the day, and there were bubble baths. So it could be anything. It could be a trip to the shore. It could be a trip, she'll tell you to, if you're a knitter, you can go get some yarn or just feel the yarn. There were times I sat and I painted or I drew, not because I was an artist, but because I really loved doing it. And so I was out of my comfort zone because I would take my little chair and I'd go and I'd sit somewhere. I did the Canton gazebo, for those of you who know it. My mom actually designed that, so it's just kind of a funny thing. And then I ended up sitting down there and drawing, and I was very uncomfortable, but I did it anyway, and I can tell you what, it fed my soul. So these are the two most important things that you will be doing through the 12 weeks, with a consistent thing that you'll be doing. So I really encourage you to jump in, get uncomfortable, get in the muck and the mire with it, and enjoy the process. I really look forward to the next 12 weeks with you. Again, thank you.